Hello and welcome to another video. Today I am doing my first book talk ever and I could not be more excited. Last night I had a 4-hour marathon to finish the Tower of Nero book, and let me tell you, it was totally worth it. I could not believe what just happened when I finished that book, because oh my god, the ending was just like, it killed me. Riordan didn't hold back his punches in that ending. Oh my god. So this is how this video is going to work. I am going to give a non-spoilery review at the beginning, and then I'll start my spoilery review because I need to discuss this with someone. Okay, so for the non-spoilers, I have to say that I really enjoyed the book. I enjoyed it way more than I thought I would. Probably because I didn't enjoy the last book as much as I thought I would. So ranking wise, I think it's the first one and then this one, followed by the second one, the third one, and then the fourth one, because the fourth one for some reason just didn't do it for me. So if you're looking for a reason to read this book as soon as possible, I 100% recommend it. If you are a shipper, I think you will be happy with whatever happens in this book. If you enjoy Apollo's character development, you will be very happy. If you enjoy Apollo's and Meg's friendship, then this book is perfect. Just being back at Camp Half-Blood, that should be enough for anyone to pick this book up. So all in all, I give this book 4.5 stars out of 5 because I really did love it, but there were some elements that were just missing for me or weren't quite right. So, but I mean 4.5 out of 5 is pretty good. So that's it for my spoiler-free review. I know it was very short, but I'm just dying to get to the spoilers. So if you haven't read the book yet, I recommend you go and read it right now. Stop the video, go and read the book. If you want spoilers though, then just keep watching. And if you've already read the book, then please watch the next part of the video and let's discuss this book. Okay, so number one thing we need to discuss is there are so many, like basically two, so many possible standalones that could branch out from this book. So the first one, and oh my god, I am so excited about this one, is the Solangelo standalone. Now, in my standalone video, I said it would be amazing to get a Nico or Will or both standalone, and I have the feeling, and it's basically official, that they are getting a standalone. Obviously, from what we got from this book, it would be them going into Tartarus. I had my suspicions ever since Nico said that someone was calling from Tartarus asking for help, that it was Bob, our favorite Titan, and it was basically confirmed at the end when he said it was a Titan calling for help. And oh my god, we are getting Bob the janitor back, and I am beyond excited. And imagine, my two favorite ships have been together in Tartarus, and now it's Solangelo's turn, and I am so happy that Nico doesn't have to go to Tartarus by himself again. And that's another thing I really like from this book. It addresses Nico's PTSD, and he actually gets some therapy from Mr. D, and I'm so happy about that because I feel like Rick hasn't addressed their mental problems and the after effects of everything they've been through, and I feel like this book really, it didn't focus on it as much, but it's shed some light on the mental toll all this can have on teenagers, and I was really happy it really talked about mental illnesses and stuff like that. So please let me know down in the comments if you're as excited for this literally basically canon standalone book that we're getting from Solangelo, because I was on the verge of tears when they started talking about it in the book. So, in true Uncle Rick fashion, there is kind of a huge, or at least major and important plot hole in this book. So Grover, he knew Jason was dead. He was there. He heard about it right after it happened. In this book, Rick says that Grover goes on a road trip with Percy and Annabeth. And Percy and Annabeth find out about Jason being dead when they reach Camp Jupiter. So are you telling me that they went on a road trip from New York to San Francisco, all that long way, and Grover didn't even mention that Jason was dead? I don't believe that for a second. Why wouldn't he tell his best friends that one of their best friends is dead? It makes no sense, honestly. On a lighter note, we might get another standalone following the Percy, Annabeth, and Grover road trip, because at the end of the book, when Percabeth is finally introduced, they basically hint at it being like a very interesting adventure, and they don't share the specifics with Apollo, and I feel like if they weren't going to make a standalone following that adventure, they would have actually said what was going on and what happened to them. So I feel like this is a very real possibility, especially because in the Tower of Nero book tour, Rick did mention that he would like to do a standalone following Percy Jackson's point of view. So there is a very high probability that it would follow their road trip. Then in my notes it just says Gaia pronunciation, and this is because I actually listened to the audiobook for this book because my physical copy hasn't gotten here yet. So the guy who was narrating, by the way, he was doing the most. I loved him, but he said Gia instead of Gaia, and I'm pretty sure that Rick Riordan himself has said Gaia, but then he also said Hecate, and I said Hecate. So let me know down below how you pronounce these things, because he also called Thalia Thalia, and I know some people call her Thalia. I sometimes call her that myself, but I never heard anyone pronounce her name Thalia instead of Thalia or Talia. So I don't know.
Oh my god.
You guys, and then there's this whole thing with Chiron being in a meeting with a cat and a severed head, and then he talks about being with different Parthians, and that's basically confirming that he's talking with the Egyptian gods, obviously the cat. And I feel like I don't remember this very well, but the severed head, is it from Magnus Chase? Please let me know in the comments, because I don't remember very well. But is this another possible standalone, a crossover between the three of them? Oh my god. And then, speaking of crossovers, when they go to Rachel Elizabeth Dare's house, she's like, oh yeah, my neighbors actually do really weird stuff. I've seen penguins, and you can't see the mansion over there. That's clearly a reference to the Kane Mansion and the Kane Chronicles. And Rick, please confirm them as soon as possible, because my mind is going haywire with all the possible theories. Going back to kind of Solangelo, but not really, because it's really Will, they confirmed that Will is a glow stick, and I could not be happier, because for years the fandom has been drawing fan art of Will controlling light or being a glow stick, and I am so happy that Rick has decided to give it to us, because Will deserves to have so many powers, and he actually does. He's like a triple threat. He has his taxi whistle, and then he has glow in the dark, and being a great healer. I mean, that guy is the whole package. Nico couldn't have asked for a better boyfriend. And speaking of which, Nico is so cool. I literally wrote that down. I was like, Nico is so freaking cool. And that was, not just because the narrator had the best voice for Nico D'Angelo, but also whatever scene he was in, he just stole the show. He was so freaking cool. And Nico with the white cowboy hat, I just need fan art of that ASAP, because I don't know, for some reason that image just stuck with me and I need to see it. Okay, so one of the last things that I have written down is that Piper McLean is probably, we can't jump to conclusions, but she's probably bisexual, or at least she has a girlfriend and likes a girl. So I'm honestly kind of confused about Piper and Jason's relationship, because in the third book, the book they were in, Piper says that she doesn't know if she really loved Jason or if it was just Hera just messing with their minds and, you know, all the fake memories. But so does this mean that Piper never truly loved Jason in that way, you know, only like friends, and that Piper's not into guys, or that Piper is into guys but she's also into girls? I'm happy with either Piper being bisexual or a lesbian, like completely fine. I'm so happy for her that she finally gets like a happy ending. It's kind of bittersweet, but I mean, I'm so happy for her. So please, Rick, confirm if she's a lesbian or a bisexual. I'm happy with both, but I just want to know because the Jason thing is very confusing to me. And finally, we have to talk about the elephant in the room. Our beautiful Estelle. She's not, right? Is she Poseidon's daughter? Because she has green eyes. Sally Jackson has blue eyes. And Paul has brown eyes. Green eyes would probably not come from that pairing since it's a recessive gene. But you know who has green eyes? Percy, who happens to be Poseidon's son. And Estelle has like salt and pepper hair, which people are like, what the hell? Did Estelle already hold up the weight of the world like Percy and Annabeth did? But I don't know. Please. Also, a thing I have to mention. I was kind of happy to hear that Leo and Calypso's relationship wasn't going all that well. Now, I was hardcore Cleo shipper for some time. It took me a while to get into their relationship because I loved Leo, so Leo had to be with me when I first read him in the books. But then I was like, yeah, they're kind of cute. But then I reread the books and I was like, no, I don't dig this couple at all because it's not insta love, kind of, but they know each other for like 2 weeks tops, or 1 week, I don't remember how long. But after that, Leo
swears on the river Styx that he's going back for her, and instead of going back when he dies, and he doesn't go back to tell his friends that he's alive, which leads to him not being able to see Jason ever again, and Jason, basically, he doesn't die without knowing Leo's alive, but Leo never gets to see Jason again because he decides that instead of going to tell his friends, his best friends, that he's alive, he's going to go rescue this girl he's known for 2 weeks. I mean,
I'm happy for Calypso. I'm happy that she's going to high school and she's doing all these things outside their relationship, because it really wouldn't have been very healthy to just stay with Leo all the time after you've known him for 2 weeks and base your whole life around your relationship. Which leads me to the topic of relationships that came from the Heroes of Olympus books. Because Persebeth, okay, that was already established, so we don't have to talk about that. But basically, from the 3 relationships from the main characters that like came from those books, only one of them has stayed together, and that's Frank and Hazel. And I feel like that's because they already had a history together. They are the only ones who knew each other and had like friendship as their foundation. The other ones, Jason and Piper, we know how that like ended. And Leo and Calypso also aren't like couple goals right now, so I'm kind of happy in a weird way for that to happen, because when I first read the Heroes of Olympus, I was kind of disappointed that all of them were just paired together, and at like 15 or 16 or Hazel even 13 found their like soulmate and the person they would spend the rest of their life with, and I was like, this is kind of unrealistic. This doesn't happen to basically any teenager. So in a weird way, I'm kind of happy that they're not all endgame, but I am happy that Frank and Hazel did survive, because the other couples, man, they were put through the blender. Also, one last thing, because I can't seem to stop talking about this. I was really looking forward to them mentioning what the bead for that summer was going to be, because actually in my bead necklace, I designed a bead for this summer, and I really wanted them to mention it to see if I'd gotten it right, but they didn't. So I will never know if this bead is canon or not. It's literally just a blue background and a sun, which is perfect for Apollo, and yeah, I just wish they confirmed if it was literally anything like this. So yeah, that was basically all the things I had written down, all the things I loved most about the book. I thought it was a really nice finale to a series, not at all like Blood of Olympus, so I don't really get why a lot of people I've seen on the internet are kind of disappointed with the ending. Maybe for me, I liked it more because the fourth book didn't do it for me, and so this one was definitely a step in the right direction. But, yeah, please let me know if you've read it, if you liked it, or if you were kind of disappointed like in The Blood of Olympus, and if you are looking forward to these possible standalones as much as I am, and if you think you saw other possible standalone options. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and do whatever the hell you want, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!